Hello everyone, I'm here today to present you a topic on Windows 11 operating system. So let me share my screen to present you the PPT. So let's see the introduction. We have two things here. One is what is operating system and the other is what is Microsoft Windows operating system. So what is an operating system? An operating system is a software that is installed on a computer hardware which enables the computer hardware to communicate and operate with the computer software. So it is mainly an intermediate layer between the hardware component and the computer. It plays a crucial role in controlling the elements of the system. So without an operating system, I would consider a computer and a software program would be useless. This is what a brief discussion about operating system, and let us discuss about Microsoft Windows operating system. So Windows operating system is the most predominantly popular general purpose computer operating system, which has a market dominance of more than 76%. So the very recent release of Windows operating system is Windows 11. It contains a user-friendly interfaces and tools that facilitates the users to work. So Windows OS is designed to be multi-user environment in which more than one client can use the same OS at the same time. So it also has a remote desktop connection architecture, which enables the clients to use the operating system, which is same at the same time. And it can also be used simultaneously or parallelly at the same time. So the operating system also allows user to alter the OS settings after an extended period. Thus, they can create multiple versions of the operating system on the same computer. This is what a brief description about Microsoft Windows operating system. So let us see the history of Windows operating system. Now, if you see the history, there are many releases and many versions in Windows operating system. So initially there was Windows 1, which is developed to eliminate the DOS commands. And there are other releases which came after 2 years sequentially, which is Windows 2. And in this Windows 2, now they added some features like icons, keyboard shortcuts, and some graphic shortcuts, improved graphics and shortcuts for keyboard, etc. So then um, they came with Windows 3.0 operating system. So this was released in 1990, I guess. So in this, they introduced user-friendly features with using the Intel 386 processor. Mainly, it includes Program Manager, File Manager, Print Manager, and it also had some games. And if you see after that, there are many other releases, but the most popular versions of Windows was Windows 7. So Windows 7, it has lived up to its the quality of operating system. It came with handwriting recognition, direct access, and it has many other features. Windows 7 was intended to be more focused and it has an incremental upgrade. So it focused mainly on multi-touch support. So then after that, they introduced Windows 8 version, which came with touchscreen and Metro app technology were used in Windows 8. It helps, which help the Windows 8 applications to run faster than the any other previous older versions of Windows. So, and then the Windows 10, which was the most popular one, then the previous So it succeeded. It is the succeeded version. As per my thing, it is the succeeded operating system of Microsoft. It introduced a voice assistant, Cortana, add-ons to Bluetooth connectivity, battery saver configurations, and it had a start menu were introduced in Windows 10. So Windows 11 is the latest release, which came in 2021. It is the successor of Windows 10, and this is the most popular version and recent release. I love this Windows 11 operating system very much, as I'm using the same version right now. It has the compatibility to support Android applications. It has the UI of Windows 11 was completely changed to a user-friendly one. So that's a brief history about Windows 11 operating system. So now let's see the design goals of Windows 11 operating system. So design goals, if you see the design goals, what is the main motive to develop this Windows 11 operating system is, first thing is effortless. Effortless is nothing but Windows 11 is faster and more intuitive. Windows 11 are brought to life by it has a stunning design, and the visual and audio expression evolved in response to people need for UI that was softer, kinder, and less threatening. Sharp corners of windows were rounded and warmer color palette was created. So if you see the other thing, next thing, which is calm. I feel like Windows 11 is more lighter, less cluttered, and it is very calm, and the users can be more focused. The usage experience feels warm, ethereal, and approachable. This is one of our most uh, people focused release, is what I guess. And next thing is complete and coherent. Windows 11 offers a visually seamless experience across platforms, which allows user to work in many platforms and still have a consistent Windows experience. Windows 11, on the other hand, it has employed a design that draws inspiration from a variety of sources for more than the next half decade. So this is what. The next thing about the efficiency, Windows 11, mainly known for its efficiency. It's like there is no disruption in the workflow, and everything is like a one-click interactions, and within a click, it will transport the user from task to task, and it has a greater efficiency. Portability. So Windows 11 operating system was designed in such a way to run on a wide range of hardware architectures, and are able to build and are able to transition to new ones with relative ease when market demands. So portability refers to the program's ability to be transferred from one computer environment to other platform or other environment. So a computer software program is recorded portable to a new environment if the amount of labor necessary to adapt it to that environment is within reasonable limitations. So I feel like Windows 11 has that portable feature, and it does not cost much to move to other version or to move from one platform to other platform. Extensibility. So extensibility, it mainly refers to a software system's capacity to enable and accept considerable enhancements to its capabilities without requiring large code rewrites or modifications to its core design. So there won't be much code rewrites. Windows 11 operating system was developed in such a way that it can easily expand and it can easily expand. So if you see the next one, it is ease of use. There is no need to learn how to use this Windows 11 operating system. Everyone can easily understand how to use this Windows 11 operating system. So it has very refreshed look and users can feel the same on Windows 11. That is what about the main design goals of Windows. So let's see about memory management. In memory management in the operating system is responsible for controlling and maintaining the main memory and transferring processes from primary memory to disk. So memory management checks and keeps track of all memory locations irrespective of whether any activity runs or not. It also checks how much memory should be assigned to each process. In 32-bit process of operating system has its own virtual address space and it allows 4 GB of memory to be accessed, and on 64-bit Windows operating system each process has 8 terabyte address space. We have different architecture for 32-bit Windows and 64-bit Windows. There's a 32-bit Windows operating system. As I said you earlier, that it allows 4 GB of available memory space, and 64-bit operating system, it allocates 16 terabyte of available memory space to the kernel and user programs equally. So let's see about virtual address space. The virtual address space is nothing but the visual address space which is to be processed in the range of memory address that we can use. The address area of each process is private. A virtual address does not reflect the actual location of an object in memory. It takes the internal data structure that converts visible addresses into local addresses. The program converts a visible address into a local address every time. So the virtual address area of Windows is mainly divided into 2 parts, one for the process and the other for system usage. Now let's see about virtual memory functions. Virtual memory functions, it can determine the stages of pages in virtual address space using virtual memory functions. The width of virtual address space is reserved for the process. It provides a set of cached pages in the address of the process so that only a shared process can access real storage. So let's discuss about heap functions. So there are many heap functions in Windows 11 operating system. For each process, the system creates a default heap. So if applications make frequent allocations from the heap, they can benefit from private heaps. There are many heap functions like get process heap, get process heaps, heap allocation heap, compact heap, create. So there are many other functions like that. That's all about memory management. So now let's see about processor management. So processor management, if you see here first a process comes to the ready state and it moves from the ready state to the running state. So once it moves to the running state, it can, so if the process is run and if the process is completely run, it can terminate or it can wait. It moves to the blocked state if it is not completed or waiting for some other process to complete. So now once a process is in blocked state, it can again goes to the running state or it can goes to the blocked suspended state. Since this completely happens when there are multiple processes running at the same time parallelly. So whenever other process is running, so it will be in the blocked state, uh, and it moves to the blocked suspended state after a particular period of time, and it can also again move to the ready state. So if and again goes to the running state. If it completes running, it moves to the terminate state. That's a brief architecture of processor management. So let's see about different processor management methods. So processor management, it can mainly achieved through processor affinity rules, person CPU targets. So the main background for this is Windows Resource Manager, which allocates, which mainly does this, manages the processor resources. So let's discuss about percent CPU targets. So percent CPU targets is nothing but assigning a percent CPU target to each group of processes defined by a process matching criteria in a simplest approach of allocating processor resources. So that is what is percent CPU target. So it mainly the percentage of available CPU bandwidth that is guaranteed to the process group as a minimum. So next, if you see the management rules, we can apply a management rule to a resource allocation policy with CPU constraints. It has mainly standard, equal per process, equal per user, equal per session, and sub allocation. So standard is nothing but additional processes. We can use additional process matching criteria to sub allocate resources to matched processes when in the standard thing. So in the equal per process, the available CPU bandwidth is equally distributed among the matched tasks. That is about equal per process. In equal per user, a single user's available CPU bandwidth is divided equally among groups of matched processes. So there is equal per user, and if you see about equal per session, the available CPU bandwidth on a host server is shared equally by matched processes executing in a session in a equal per session. So if you see sub allocation can be made from percent CPU target allocations. A sub allocation distributes resources based on the fraction of resources distributed by the main resource allocation. Now let's see about the processor affinity. Windows System Resource Manager, which manages the processors, it will consider only the state of the single processor when calculating the resources available to process with affinity. So the processor resources can be over allocated when the system is experiencing a high load. That is about the processor affinity. Now let's see about the device management. So what is device management? And device management is nothing but managing the implementation, operation, and maintenance of physical or virtual device is known as a device management. So here we have multiple things like application management, content management, email management, security management, and audit and reports. So now let's see about the what is application management. So application management, the main thing behind this is mobile device management. It is a software in the Windows 11 operating system. So this MDM in the shortcut it calls as MDM. So this mobile device management, it makes easier to manage the applications in our operating system. Using MDM to integrate Windows Business Store, and it made easier to install App Store applications on operating system. So apps, so in this using MDM, apps may be secretly installed, updated and deleted on managed Windows 11 laptops without the need of user participation. We can also alert the user that these apps need to be removed from the device. So now let's see what is content management. Using MDM's mobile content management, you can move safely, safely share business resources with our employees without worrying about data security, as long as the devices are managed by MDM. So content management, that is content management. If you see email management, we can grant people access to organization exchange accounts only from Windows 11 laptops that are under administration by enabling this conditional exchange access through email management. The next one is security management. Using MDM security commands, we can secure our Windows 11 laptops. We can protect the personal data of the users. We can also choose to wipe the corporate data on such devices, or we can reset the entire device using the security management. And next thing is audit and reports. So using this MDM, it always keeps tracks of auditing, and it creates real-time reports for managed Windows 11 devices. So it keeps tracks, it audits, and it generates reports all the time for a managed device. So that's basic thing about device management. And the next thing is file management. So file management, we have mainly three things like file attributes, file operations, and file access methods. So first thing, what is file management? A file management is a course that teaches how properly manage files and change settings in Windows operating system. So here in this file management, we can move a file, copy a file, remove a file, we can rename file, we can do anything on files. So let's see what are file attributes. There are many attributes for files like file name, file identifier, file type, file location, file size, and what is the protection for the file. So there are many attributes like this. And considering the operations of files, so file operations, we can create a new file, we can read a file, we can write a new file, write into a new file, and we can delete an existing new file, we can reposition an existing file into a different location, and we can truncate a file too. So these are some of the file operations what we can do. And if you see file access methods, there are two different access methods for files, which is sequential access and direct access. So sequential access is used to process the data of file in order. The records in the files are accessed one by one. Whereas in direct access, file can be accessed at random using direct or relative access. That's a basic difference between sequential and direct access. So next thing is security management. So security management, we have different things like security updates, tools, Windows Defender, Security Response Center, and Windows Firewall. So first thing is security updates. Security updates will in Windows 11 operating system will get daily updates of security risks, continuous updates, so we can update our Windows 11 operating system through the website. And the next thing is tools. We have we have tools like Windows malicious software removal tool, which removes all the malware in our Windows 11 operating system. So next thing is Windows Defender. Windows Defender is an antivirus uh, which is present in Windows 11 operating system, and it safeguards. The main thing of this antivirus is it safeguards our device and the data in the cloud. So it protects us from malware. So next thing is Security Response Center. So Security Response Center is responsible for resolving security vulnerabilities. So it has like Windows 11 operating system. The tech team, it takes all the security vulnerabilities. They respond to each and every user's questions immediately across all the channels. Next thing is Windows Firewall. Windows Firewall, it helps to secure the device by allowing to create rules and determine which network traffic is allowed to enter the device from the network and which network traffic the device is allowed to send to the network. So Windows Firewall helps in doing that. So next thing is user interface. So in the user interface, the user interface of Windows 11 operating system is very easy and it's good, very good looking. So if you consider the start menu and the taskbar in Windows 11, it moved from the left hand corner to the center of the screen, while in Windows 10 it is at the left hand corner. And if you see the widgets, they took the position of the live tiles, and the Store. Uh, Microsoft Store is completely updated and it is redesigned. Now the Microsoft Store is PDO and more user friendly, and we can take more snaps for Windows Snap. In Windows 11, we can choose the layout we want to snap to, and we have like many new icons, and we have File Explorer. The top bar of the File Explorer has also been tweaked. The tabs have been replaced by a row of buttons that appear to be more suitable for touch. So we also have a tablet mode in Windows 11, uh, and we Microsoft Teams is also integrated with Windows 11. It is also updated in Windows 11 version. So we have many new wallpapers introduced in Windows 11, and the look and feel of Windows 11 operating system is very beautiful. And the feel, it is very user friendly, and it has very good redesigned, and all the icons are rounded. So it is previously it was not rounded, so which I personally feel is very good. Next thing, uh, which companies are currently involved in the line of business? So initially, Microsoft developed a OS and gave it to the IBM, and later on, Bill Gates and Alan, who are the founder of Microsoft, they took over this and they started designing their own Windows operating system. And from then, they Microsoft is releasing one by one release version of Windows operating system, and it is the sole owner for this Windows operating system till now. So it has it has released many versions till Windows 11. I think the Microsoft is the only company involved in the launch of this Windows operating system. So if you see the future direction, as Windows 11 is released recently in 2021, it is not completely released. I think we can get a few more releases in the next few, maybe next future, like we can even expect within a short period of time. And the current look and feel was completely like Mac OS, and maybe with the next releases we can't know what would be more in the Windows 11 releases, version releases. So finally, I conclude like I have provided more extensive knowledge on Windows 11 operating system, uh, like in several areas like memory management, file management, security management, device management, and brief history of Windows 11 operating system, uh, Windows 11 operating system, and the founders of Microsoft Windows operating system. So I think like Windows always a plus factor because of the ease and use of attractive aesthetics. So this is what a brief thing on Windows operating system. So that's it. Thank you.